I tested 7 Dolby Atmos soundbars in 2026, and only one came out on top. From booming bass to crystal clear highs, these soundbars were pushed to the limit to see which delivers true cinematic sound. Whether you're gaming, streaming movies, or blasting music, only the best makes the cut. Let's find out which Dolby Atmos soundbar truly won and why it dominates the rest. Don't forget to check out the product links in the description below. Number 7. Sonos Arc Ultra. The Sonos Arc Ultra is a top-tier, all-in-one soundbar that delivers some of the most immersive sound you can get without installing a full surround system, thanks to its elaborate 14-driver configuration and advanced spatial audio processing. It creates a wide, tall, and detailed soundstage, dialogue stays crisp and centered, sound effects move convincingly overhead and around you, and music feels expansive with clear separation between instruments. The bar's built-in sound motion woofer gives surprisingly strong bass, enough to make action scenes, explosions, and low-end music tracks feel impactful, even without an external subwoofer. Add to that modern features, HDMI eARC, Wi-Fi/Bluetooth, AirPlay 2, streaming service support, and easy room tuning, and it becomes a sleek, elegant centerpiece that simplifies setup while delivering premium audio. For many homes, this means you get theater-like sound with minimal clutter or wiring. That said, the Arc Ultra isn't quite equivalent to a full discrete home theater setup, and a few trade-offs remain. Because all sound emanates from a single chassis, the depth and precision of object-based audio positioning, such as exact overhead cues or rear localization, aren't always as distinct as what you'd get from ceiling or surround speakers. The bass, while impressive, still doesn't reach the deepest sub-frequencies that a dedicated sub or dual subwoofer setup can offer, so the chest-shaking rumble some films aim for may feel a bit tamed. Also, there's only one HDMI port, which means if you have multiple consoles or devices you'll need to manage them via your TV or an external HDMI switch. Finally, serious audiophiles used to discrete speaker separation or modular audio rigs might find the bar's single chassis nature limiting in terms of expandability and fine-tuned acoustic placement. Number 6. Fansbe 2.1 ch Soundbar. The 2.1-channel soundbar provides a clear upgrade over built-in TV speakers, offering a wider stereo image and significantly improved bass thanks to its dedicated subwoofer. You'll notice crisper dialogue, richer mids and highs, and deeper lows, making movies, music, and shows more satisfying and immersive. Because it has only a soundbar and a sub, the setup is usually simple and clean: one HDMI ARC, or optical, cable, plus power, and you're done. That simplicity, combined with affordability and compact form factor, makes 2.1 soundbars ideal for apartments, small to medium living rooms or bedrooms where you want better sound without a mess of cables or multiple speakers. That said, because a 2.1 soundbar lacks rear surround or height channels, you won't get true surround sound immersion or 3D/overhead effects. Directional accuracy, e.g. footsteps behind you, ambient sounds coming from sides or behind, is limited or absent, so sound tends to feel front-heavy. Number 5. Nakamichi Shockwave Ultra. The Shockwave Ultra delivers a genuinely powerful and immersive cinematic experience for a soundbar-based setup, combining a wide front soundbar, wireless rear speakers, and dual subwoofers to create a soundstage that often feels much larger and more enveloping than typical soundbars. Explosions, movie soundtracks and game effects hit with real weight and depth. The dual subs add serious low-end punch, giving bass-heavy scenes a sense of scale that fills the room. The surround speakers help place ambient sounds and directional cues more convincingly behind and around you, and dialogue remains clear and grounded thanks to the dedicated center channel. For many medium to large-size living rooms, the Shockwave Ultra becomes a plug-and-play mini home theater that delivers shelf-shaking bass, expansive sound fields, and solid surround immersion without the complexity of a full receiver plus speaker setup. That said, the Shockwave Ultra remains a compromise compared with a full discrete multi-speaker home theater rig. While the dual subs are powerful, the very deepest sub-bass frequencies may lack the refinement and rumble that a large external subwoofer or dual sub rig can provide. Some bass-heavy music or the lowest cinematic frequencies might feel a bit less textured. For a best-in-class soundbar upgrade, the Shockwave Ultra is excellent, just don't expect it to fully replace a high-end, dedicated surround sound rig. Number 4. Klipsch Flexus Core 300. The Flexus Core 300 stands out because it pushes what a single chassis soundbar can deliver, and it does it quite convincingly. With built-in subwoofers, side and up-firing drivers, and advanced tuning, including optional room correction, it produces a soundstage that often feels much larger than the bar itself. Bass hits with authority compared to typical soundbars. Explosions, music basslines, and ambient rumble get solid weight and presence, making movies and games feel more cinematic. Its ability to fill a medium to large room with reasonably full sound without the clutter of wires and separate speakers makes it a tempting, all-in-one alternative to traditional home theater setups. Dialogue remains crisp and intelligible even during loud action sequences, while music tracks are lively and full-bodied, with instruments clearly separated across the soundstage. Its built-in DSP tuning helps create a sense of width and height that enhances immersion, making movies and games feel more engaging and immersive. Additionally, setup is simple and user-friendly, with HDMI ARC, optical, and wireless streaming options, so you can quickly integrate it into your living room without complex wiring. Overall, the Flexus Core 300 balances power, versatility, and convenience, making it a strong choice for anyone seeking a high-quality, all-in-one soundbar experience. That said, the Core 300 does show the limits inherent to its design, especially if you're chasing absolute audiophile-level performance or deepest sub-bass impact. Even with 4 built-in subwoofers, very low frequencies, the kind that shake your chest or floor during intense movie scenes, don't quite match what a well-matched external subwoofer can provide. Also, while the integrated drivers simulate surround and height, the spatial precision and object placement in Atmos or 3D soundtracks aren't quite on par with a system that uses dedicated ceiling or rear speakers. At high volume or in large rooms, the soundstage can begin to stretch, making some effects feel less cohesive and sometimes causing mid-bass to become a bit boomy if placement and calibration aren't optimal. Number 3. Samsung Q990D. The Samsung HW-Q990D stands out as one of the most comprehensive and powerful all-in-one soundbar systems you can buy. It delivers true 11.1.4 channel surround and height audio with separate rear speakers, a dedicated subwoofer, a full multi-driver front bar, and upfiring/side-firing drivers for real Dolby Atmos and DTS-X immersion. The sound is expansive and detailed, with strong bass from the subwoofer that gives movies and music real weight. Effects move convincingly around and above, creating a spacious sound field that brings cinematic sound home without a receiver or complex wiring. Dialogue remains clear and well anchored through the dedicated center channel, even during dynamic scenes. For gaming and movies, the inclusion of HDMI 2.1 with 4K per 120Hz pass-through, plus adaptive sound modes and automatic room calibration, makes setup relatively simple and ensures both audio and video look and sound sharp. That said, even with all its power, the HW-Q990D isn't perfect, and to get its full potential you need the right environment. Because it includes a subwoofer and rear speakers, it requires sufficient space and proper placement for the rears to deliver meaningful surround. In cramped or poorly configured rooms, the surround effect can be less pronounced. While bass is strong, the very deepest, chest-shaking low frequencies that heavy action movies or sub-heavy soundtracks demand may still fall short of a dedicated high-end subwoofer or multi-sub setup. Also, while the system supports many advanced features, stereo or non-Atmos content doesn't benefit as much, meaning your results are heavily content-dependent. Finally, its size and number of components make it less convenient than a simple soundbar. Setup is more complex, and rearranging furniture to optimize placement might be necessary. Nonetheless, for those with proper space and a desire for a powerful, immersive home theater experience without a full receiver, speaker build, the HW-Q990D remains a top-tier option. The Samsung HW-Q990D also shines in everyday use, thanks to its seamless integration with Samsung TVs and its smart features that adjust sound automatically for different content types. Whether you're watching late-night movies or casual YouTube videos, the soundbar balances clarity and impact without constant tweaking. Its wireless connectivity for the subwoofer and rear speakers keeps the setup looking clean, reducing cable clutter around the room. Number 2. LG S80TR 5.1.3 channel. The LG S80TR really stands out with its carefully balanced sound. Dialogue remains crisp even during heavy movies or action scenes, while the subwoofer adds enough low-end punch to make bass-heavy tracks and dramatic sound effects feel solid without overwhelming other frequencies. Its upfiring and rear speaker configuration gives a credible sensation of surround and height, making cinematic scenes and Atmos content more immersive than standard stereo bars. Streaming integration, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, AirPlay/Chromecast, and HDMI 2.1 make the system versatile, easy to pair with a modern TV or game console without fuss. Installation and calibration are user-friendly, so you can get impressive multi-channel sound without the complexity of traditional AV setups. For medium-sized living rooms or apartments, it delivers a satisfying mix of cinematic impact, clarity, and convenience without demanding huge space or extensive wiring. The LG S80TR also shines when it comes to overall refinement, offering a sound signature that feels rich, warm, and detailed even at lower volumes, making it perfect for late-night watching without sacrificing clarity. The rear speakers create a wide, airy soundstage that wraps around the listener, while the height channels add an impressive sense of vertical dimension, especially during rain, aircraft, or atmospheric scenes. The subwoofer blends smoothly with the main bar, delivering tight, controlled bass instead of the muddy rumble often found in mid-range systems. Its adaptive sound modes automatically enhance voices, background effects, and music depending on the content, so you're always getting the best audio without constantly tweaking settings. With strong build quality and seamless integration with LG TVs, the S80TR feels like a premium yet approachable home theater upgrade that elevates everyday watching into a more cinematic, engaging experience. Number 1. ULTIMEA Skywave X70. The Skywave X70 is one of the most ambitious, all-in-one, soundbar-based home theater packages available right now. As a full 7.1.4 channel system with a main bar, wireless rear speakers, a dedicated 10 subwoofer and 4 upfiring, height, drivers, it's built to deliver real surround and Dolby Atmos immersion without needing a separate AV receiver or a forest of cables. The underlying GON amplifier delivers strong, clean output with excellent transient response, while the Gravis ultralinear subwoofer design promises deep bass down to 20 Hz, giving movies and music a weight and depth that most simple soundbars can't match. The included surround speakers aren't just decorative, each has both side-firing and upward-firing drivers to help create a 360-degree sound field that envelopes the listener, and the system claims enough headroom and channel separation to convincingly handle complex, multi-directional soundscapes. For someone watching films, gaming, or listening to multi-channel music in a living room setup, especially if the room is medium-sized and you want a plug-and-play solution, the Skywave X70 can deliver sound that feels genuinely cinematic and immersive. That said, while Skywave X70 reaches high, it's not without compromises, and it's wise to enter with realistic expectations. Because it's all-in-one, even with multiple drivers and a sub, it still can't completely match a custom-built discrete speaker system, AV receiver plus separate floor-standing speakers plus ceiling speakers. The spatial precision, especially for overhead cues or object-based Atmos effects, can sometimes feel less refined or less pinned compared to a setup with dedicated ceiling speakers. The subwoofer, though capable, may not reproduce the absolute deepest, chest-shaking bass that a large subwoofer enclosure would achieve in an acoustically treated room. Finally, despite being primarily wireless for rear and sub-components, proper placement and calibration are still important. If you slap it in a cramped or awkwardly shaped room with poor speaker placement, you risk losing part of the immersive effect. And that wraps up today's journey through the world of tech wonders on high-tech. If you enjoyed this video and discovered some must-have gadgets, give it a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. You won't want to miss our daily dive into the latest and greatest in technology.